Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and you're tuned in to Madden 18 on EA Sports. Today's game features a team that can get it done on the ground. The Eagles are top 10 in rushing TDs, and they'll go up against a Giants defense that needs to be ready for it.
Thank you, Larry. It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look live there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Go. Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Oh, you got D?
Working from the gun, Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete. Coming in carrying the losing streak, not the start that they were looking for. 3 and out on the opening drive.
So now everyone's looking at each other. And what I mean by that is, who's going to make the right play? Who's going to get us out of the doldrums? Who's going to get us out of this funk that they're in right now? They've got to find someone who will make a play, create a play, and get their confidence moving in the right direction.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. A first carry now for Paul Perkins. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. And if you're the defense and those D tackles, you like that they're trying to run the football here against your 4-3, don't you?
Yeah, because they tend to eat things up because they are so strong and physical, and especially when they play with leverage where they get lower than the offensive lineman and control them. And what I love about the good defensive tackles, they can play over the guards, they can slide and play over the center. Nobody in the offense likes that day when they have to deal with those guys.
On the run, this is Michael. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. On the run, it's Perkins. And a big tackle there as the defender runs right through him. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
I got him. Boom. Bust. Tight end left. Set.
Again, they go to Perkins. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Now let's go. 4 down, 4 down. All right, now look at 56. Look at 56.
To throw on third down, Webb. He gets it to Brown, complete. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
That's it, baby.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down.
Tight end. 4 down, 4 down. All right, here we go.
Now a give. It's Michael. And he's got room. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
So they're operating in the red zone.
They got tight left, tight left. That boy's got 4. Here we go. Leopard, Leopard.
On second down, Perkins. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
3-19.
From the gun on third down. Webb. And Ingram holds it in. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Evan Ingram, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead.
There you go.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and not have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Watch left. There we go.
They'll run again with Blunt. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And there it was right in front of us. Today's NFL, these guys nowadays, they don't just eat up space. They try and get upfield and make plays in the backfield.
Play fake to Blunt. Now it's Wentz. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down.
Strong right. Strong right. Hey, here we go.
Wentz now to throw. Looking deep for Gabriel. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you've got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
The drive starts with a run by Perkins. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
They go with Perkins again. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. They've got a 3rd down and a yard to start things out. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. And it's the Browns out to the early advantage. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And they only need a little bit here. 3rd down and very short. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Now let's go. 3-19.
From the gun on 3rd down. Webb. It's caught. Shepard. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Giants add on to their lead.
Sometimes when I see these types of plays executed, I think of basketball. Guys boxing other guys off to go out and get a rebound.
And he got the rebound right there. But the defense was really placed well.
Yeah, they were right there. I mean, that's where it's really tough for a defender. When you're in the right spot, you're draped on the guy catching the ball, yet he still comes down with it.
Elliott now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Two times. Here we go.
On play action, it's Wentz. And his throw is incomplete. Gronkowski the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Go.
Now a toss play to Blunt. And some space here. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Tight end right. Tight end right. Here we go. Hey, 4 down. 4 down.
Again, here's Blunt. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
For Tokyo. Here we go.
Now a play fake. Wentz. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
On first down, it's Webb. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So 2nd and 10 here.
Watch left. Tight end to the left. Tight end left. Set. Gun. Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down.
Throwing again. Webb. It's complete to Brown, right side. It's a foot race. And all all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Corey Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are able to grow their lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Damon Harrison breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Check 26, check 26. Go. 120.
Gabriel, the man in motion.
Motion.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football, and we just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
Around the NFL, 2nd quarter in Indianapolis. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded just inside the 30. Wow, evasive.
Make a miss.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll let Perkins carry to start the drive. Finding room inside the 40. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down.
Dance class, anyone? Did you see the steps between the quarterback and the running back on that counter play?
That's what you need for a good counter.
You have to have it because you're setting up your blocking. There's a timing element as well, but they have to marry up their steps. Otherwise, that timing gets thrown out the window.
Timing was great there and a big run.
Here we go now. You just watch 88 over there. Just watch 88.
Now a handoff. It's Christian Michael. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this.
Here we go now.
First and goal, Perkins. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. You might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. Here's Webb. This will be caught just inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And this offense on 3rd down today, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and goal.
All right, here we go. Blue, land it. No. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
And now with the play clock winding down, Ben McAdoo's going to call a timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Giants on 3rd down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Out of the gun, it's Webb. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And Elliott puts this one through. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach, but it kept the offense out of the end zone.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
Kill.
Tight end's right.
Here we go. Hey, kill.
3 down.
Play action. Now Wentz. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 45-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. They go play action here on 1st down. Looking deep for Gabriel. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
And attempted a deep ball there, and they didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Second down following the incompletion.
Here we go.
Now Wentz again. Looking deep for Gabriel. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
Strong right. Strong right.
There we go.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And his first carry, he loses the football. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Hey, guys, check me out.
Don't go.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. Looking deep for Gabriel. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Darian Thompson. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Here we go now. Green.
Here's Perkins on first down. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for the Giants. 59 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Oh, yeah.
First and goal from the 8.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Shift together here from the D-line.
Let's go.
Webb now from the gun. That is incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
So we got man.
Now let's go.
On second down, Webb. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up an interesting third and goal. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go now. Detroit. All right, now look. Watch you now, Barney.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Davis Webb scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Giants just continue to pour it on. And they're able to up the lead by one more. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
Let's see what they have up their sleeve. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Second down following the run.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down.
And they'll go Wentz to Blunt here. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The offense on third down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Wentz going to give this one to Blunt. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fielded at the 20. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10. And the Giants ready to come out now. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Who? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the time
positive.
we have to leave the booth.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Hey, we got to get this stop here.
Hurry up, here we go.
On the give, it's Perkins. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. Leopard.
On 3rd and 2, Webb. He finds Beckham complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And, oh, this is Beckham remaining down on the ground. And apparently in some pain. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Two tights.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They go counter. Perkins. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Tight end right, tight end right.
Watch you now. No. Check.
They'll run a toss play to Michael. And he'll take this one down near the 15. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Derek Barnett in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to fourth down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And the kick by Elliott is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front seven. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Eagles. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, you know, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
They start on the ground here with Blunt. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
Watch tight end. Four down.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. And caught by Curley. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
I think that was a pretty good read right there. They caught him in zone defense and went to the hitch. And because they're in zone, that creates a natural space between the defenders and the receiver, able to get it to him quickly and let him get upfield.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. From the gun, it's Wentz. Completes it to Blunt. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Wentz to throw on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The Eagles on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. But you just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Here's Michael Pilardi now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. give. Perkins running left. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Now let's go.
They'll run it here with Michael. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the fourth quarter, they're really excited because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going, want to continue to grind out the clock because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there, and that's run the football?
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
To throw on second down, here's Webb. Flushed out right. And he slides to avoid the hit. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Get your swerve on. All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Tight left, tight left. 4 down.
Here we go now.
Check.
Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Webb to throw. Able to locate Wilson. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Tight end's right.
Set. Green 30.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Man open left side is Brown. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. 10 more there and another first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Man left, man left.
They come out here in the eye. They'll let the shorter back Perkins run it. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Eagles have recovered.
Well, maybe it hasn't exactly been a Rembrandt, but they've been mistake-free to this point and finally cough it up. I don't think it's going to cost them the game. They should be fine. But, boy, they're going to hate that, going back and watching tape and being able to say we were that close to achieving our goal of 0 turnovers during the game.
A little blemish, but as you say, still comfortably in command.
Strong right, strong right.
And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. And tough starting field position here.
Single receiver, single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Hey, 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 116, 116.
Line.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. Going underneath to Blunt. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Now Blunt. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there, second down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
Here's Wentz to throw. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And they'll get him down here at the 23. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down.
We got 4. Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go.
Ram. Kill.
From the gun on third down, Wentz looking deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Double tight. Hey, 4 down.
Here we go now.
A handoff to Perkins. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
So we've got a 2nd and 5. And they'll toss it out to Perkins. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. The Giants on third down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 10.
All right, here we go. Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down.
Off play action, it's Webb. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Elsewhere, they're into the 4th at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they indeed win, it would be win number 9 on the season. First toss of the game here for the backup Barkley. Over the middle, complete. It's Gibson. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 40. A very solid gain of 27. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Set. Green.
4 down, check. 4 down, 4 down.
Gun.
Now Barkley. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island.
Here we go now. Over.
Watch 17,
No.
watch
Check,
17.
Patriots.
Here's Barkley. And incomplete on the deep ball. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field.
And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation. The Giants on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
We got 4.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. The storyline of this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column too.
So for the Giants, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead they fall to 5-7. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Philly.